Good morning, Lewis. I'm Abby Varkalis.
And I'm Brandon Najera.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Good Morning, Lewis. Today is Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. Fall break. I'm so excited. It's coming. It's here.
What are you doing?
Probably resting after all these tests and everything, and yeah, in my bed, you know?
No, not me.
Not the plan for you?
I'm going to the pumpkin patch.
Okay.
I'm going to Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Maybe I'll go to the art museum.
You have all the plans.
I have to.
Actually, I was thinking about Bankston's Pumpkin Farm.
Never heard of that place.
It's in Homer, I think, but it's so expensive, but I always wanted to go because they have like all the rides and
you might as well go
pumpkin,
this year.
everything. Yeah, gonna have to do it. Yeah,
exactly.
Celebrate the end of midterms. All right, let's start by checking out the latest trending posts. Brandon, this better be good.
You know,
I want to laugh this morning.
You know, I hope so. This is me. Now that the Cubs are out, you know, I'm rooting for the Dodgers.
Okay, I mean, I was just really hoping that I was gonna laugh, but Brandon.
Not this one. The next one.
Okay, you're killing me.
I had to hype it up because of what the Brewers did to the Cubs, or the Cubs did it to themselves.
Yes, right. No, I like this though. This is pretty cool.
I want Ohtani to win.
Yeah, no, I like that.
All right, on to the next one.
No words, but self-explanatory. This is how I feel every single morning now that it's cold outside. Because like in the summer, you wake up and you're fine, but like fall, I wake up and I'm freezing. Freezing cold. But I kind of like it.
Then I don't want to get up because it's like
No.
really cold.
And then I spend like 20 minutes in my bed, so sorry.
What are the proportions? He's so small for that bed. Now
I know, yeah. But he's warm, but he looks scared like me, so yeah.
All right, on to the next one. Me creating new accounts to get another 1 month free trial.
Yes, I have so many accounts.
I need this. I don't even know what I'm signed up for and what I'm not signed up for.
Yeah.
But I need to do this more.
I have so many different like streaming platforms that I'm signed up for just to get the free account, which is really bad.
Exactly. I did that for Apple, and I think I ended up paying for it for like a while. Because you forget.
No. Yeah, you do forget. All right, on to the next post. What a year this week has been. This is because of midterms. Like, this is how I'm going to feel afterwards because, I mean, it's not that I have that many tests, but they're just long, and I'm concerned.
No, the papers are way worse. I'd rather have the test in there. Because the
that's
test,
true.
just get it over with. The paper, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the clock, it's 11:59. I'm like, this was due 3 seconds ago. Let me start typing.
Yeah, but this is going to be me. Then I'll recover. I'll be fine. You know, I just got to get through this week. All right, TikTok 1. Oh. Okay, I like the music.
I thought we had no sound. Where's my TikTok?
I thought too.
We skipped half this when we were talking about dancing.
I've seen this.
I'm going to pull off this move one day.
I've seen this. This is awesome.
How do you even set this up? How do you set this up? At what point are you like, okay, this is where you're going to be, this is where you're going to be?
I love this. I've seen that before. It's awesome.
I'm going to try this at least once in my life.
Yes, you know, me too. All right, on to the next TikTok. I love that we have audio. Oh, it's in fast motion. I was just scrolling, and I mean, it's Chicago Marathon, you know? And I was like, that would totally be me, seeing everyone in first, and I'm just eating.
I'm kind of hungry now.
Same. All right, next up, we share some feel-good stories sure to brighten your day.
Michigan first responders faced an unusual rescue on Monday, freeing a deer trapped in the middle of an interstate. The 4-point buck was first hit by a vehicle before becoming stuck into the concrete barrier separating the north and southbound lanes of I-75 in Auburn Hills. The rescue took about an hour. Afterwards, the deer was evaluated for any serious injuries. With some just bruising, the deer was released not long after its rescue.
A maze in Fargo, North Dakota has set a Guinness World Record for largest temporary wooden maze in the world. A Guinness official verified the record last week, followed by a plaque awarded over the weekend. The massive maze spans more than 40,000 square feet and boasts more than 1.3 miles of pathways. There was no previous record, as this is a new category. The closest comparison to the Fargo maze is one in Denmark that's about a third of the size as this one. Visitors who want to navigate the Fargo maze can also take part in a scavenger hunt on the property.
Tuesday is the day to celebrate your sweet tooth because it's National Dessert Day. The options are endless, from brownies to ice cream dairy concoctions to cookies, cakes, pies, and much more. For many people, a dessert is a perfect complement to top off any meal. but it's also an ideal indulgence that you can treat yourself with at any time. Tuesday's the day to stop by your local bakery or restaurant for a treat, or if you have extra time, whip up your own at home. Up next, we'll show you what's new at Lewis U. Stay tuned.
It is a new day for jobs and careers, and the skills needed to compete are rapidly changing. This is why more students are choosing Lewis University. Lewis prepares you for emerging opportunities in some of the most highly sought after fields. Higher education is the most crucial investment you can make in your future. Lewis provides you with a lasting education that will launch you toward success today and strong growing careers of tomorrow. Begin an education that will pay dividends for a lifetime. Learn more at lewisu.edu.
For over 50 years, WLRA has been on air showcasing countless students. As the first all-digital college radio station, Lewis University students are given access to industry-leading equipment. Equipment that commercial stations utilize, equipment that creates, and equipment that brings radio to life.
I like WLRA because it gives me the opportunity to get experience with news broadcasting and working with radio.
Stop by De La Salle 210 or at WLRA Radio to get started on your radio career.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Scroll down, please. Joining us today, we have the president of the Accessibility Club, Esley Ramos. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about your disability?
Yeah, so I have an eye condition called retinitis pigmentosa. Basically, it means the rods and cones in my eyes don't work exactly, and I can just see like on the peripheral, so like the sides. And me personally, I just see like a whole bunch of colors and movements and a lot of like static.
Okay. And it's like different from other people then?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's one thing you wish more people understood about living with blindness?
I wish people would understand that we are like everyone else. We just do things differently. And it's not as hard as you may think. You can just, there's different tools and equipment and just different ways to go about things, and you can literally do almost anything like everyone else.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the tools that you would say are most helpful to you?
For me, it's the screen readers on the computers and the phones. They're really helpful because it literally reads everything on the screen and allows me to be able to like use the computer or whatever it is, just like everyone else.
Oh, okay. So you could do that like with anything, with like an iPhone or just a laptop?
Yeah, the iPhones, laptops. There's even like different like actual braille displays. Just there's a lot of different tools with like screen readers nowadays.
Okay. Hey, and you know, you started the Accessibility Club here. What does it mean to you to have like a group of people that understand you?
I think it's very special. I love being able to have a community where we can all come together, and I've actually had members tell me like that they really enjoy having a space where they can feel themselves and be themselves and express themselves however they feel. And like the most important aspect for me was when I was told like that they feel like they don't have to hide their disability, and they feel included in a welcoming space. And honestly, like to hear that from people with and without disabilities in the club, it was just really touching to me.
Yeah, and what was your goal or intention when you started the club?
My goal was actually to get those with disabilities and without together, because often people with disabilities do get left out or they're misunderstood. So my goal was to like bring them together and create different events and activities and different spaces where we can just come together and everyone can feel included and just feel special and just have a opportunity to be themselves.
Yeah, Yeah, of course. And then I think you said you have an event coming up. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so on October 22nd, we actually have an event called the Breaking Barriers event. It's a seminar where we're going to have members from the club, including myself and some other professors and different speakers talking about disability awareness topics. And then there's going to be a student panel where we're going to answer any questions. We have some questions prepared, but we will also answer questions that anyone would like to ask. It's just an opportunity where people can learn about disability awareness and the different individuals with disabilities. We're also going to have games there and snacks and drinks, and it's going to be actually in the Student Center in JG 123 from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. on October 22nd.
Okay, that sounds like a great time. You know, snacks, games. Who doesn't like those?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, if for someone that has a blind or disabled friend, what's the best way that they could help them?
The best way is to try to get to know them for who they are, but also to ask them like, what is the best way? Because each person with a disability does need help differently. Like even people who are blind, like none of us see the same. We may see more than others and not need as much help, and then some of us may not see at all and may need more help. So just asking and also not assuming that you know the disability or that you know the best way to help them.
Okay, yeah, of course. And then, you know, especially in a classroom setting or a workplace setting, what would you say makes you truly feel included?
I feel like the way I feel most included is being able to use my laptop with the screen reader, honestly. Like, there's special training that you do need to get to use it, but once you learn how to use it, being able to be as much caught up with the class as possible is really helpful to have those devices that like speak out loud to you. And then also when it comes to group activities, when the people introduce themselves and like we just go around, that way I know who's all in the group and knowing like who's all talking and like including me in the conversation, like I'm actually, like I'm part of the class. And just the teacher finding ways to accommodate when it comes to like different activities and different assignments in the class.
Okay, of course. And okay, so we talked a little bit about the games. Can you explain a little bit about what goalball is?
Yeah, so goalball is a Paralympic sport. It's actually played by both blind and sighted individuals because everyone is blindfolded. And I like to say it's a mixture between bowling and soccer. It's usually played on the gym court, and there's like tactile ropes on the floor that represent the positions. So there's two sides, and there's a left wing, a right wing, and the center. The center is usually in the middle, but more in front of the two sides, and that's the same for both sides. And all times there has to be 6 players, and basically they're all blindfolded and they have to roll the ball like if you were bowling, and then you have to block the ball on the side like if you were playing soccer.
Okay. Do you play this often or?
I actually got the opportunity to play it here. The rec center put on an event where me and some of my friends got to play. I remember asking them like when I first started a few like years ago actually here, and they actually had the event I believe last week.
Really?
Yeah, but other than that, I've played like when I was younger. I did play a lot.
Yeah, of course. When they have the next one, you gotta let me know. I want to play this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then is there anything else you'd want to add?
For Accessibility Club, again, like anyone can join. It doesn't matter. I just feel like it's a good opportunity to have an event and interact with each other. And also, when it comes to people with disabilities, don't be afraid to talk to us. We are people just like you. Just come and talk to us, and I mean, who knows, you may make a new friend.
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. We'll be right back after these messages.
For over 50 years, WLRA has been on air showcasing countless students. As the first all-digital college radio station, Lewis University students are given access to industry-leading equipment. Equipment that commercial stations utilize, equipment that creates, and equipment that brings radio to life.
I like WLRA because it gives me the opportunity to get experience with news broadcasting and working with radio.
Stop by De La Salle 210 or at WLRA Radio to get started on your radio career.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
That's it for today. I'm Brandon Najera.
And I'm Abby Varkalis. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time here on Good Morning Lewis.